Ludicrous Feed is proudly sponsored by My Car, Tyre and Auto, Carloop, data to empower Australia's EV revolution, and Hankook, driving emotion. Hey everyone, I'm Tom, this is Joy.
Hello.
This morning we are driving to Canberra with the kids on a quick family road trip. Well, it's hard to call it a road trip in Australia, it's just down the road, Canberra. It's a short drive for us.
Yeah, it's only 2.5, 3 hours, so it's nothing.
It's a short drive for us in Australia here, but yeah,
down the road.
Should be good to demonstrate the Geely EX5 Inspire, so the top spec version, front wheel drive, 60 kilowatt hour battery, about 400 plus kilometers of real world range, well, WLTP range. We'll see how much real world range we get. Let's go have a look at the boot to show you what we've got in there. All right, let's open the boot up. It is an auto lift gate in the Inspire variant. Rear wipers you saw, and there you go, packed full of suitcases. Thank you Geely for life. Thank you Geely for the press car as well. And we brought a Type 2 cable, which is our Type 2 cable for the trip, just in case. All right, closing up. We'll probably need to charge this car on the way down. It's only 65%. The charge port here is on the right, front right. All right, so the car is currently on 65% state of charge. It's telling us 234 kilometers of range approximately. So we're going to charge in Mittagong. I want to try a new EV charger there with hopefully some shops and toilets and things on the way down. So we'll see you there very shortly.
So one thing I like is that we can actually fit both our phones.
Yep.
So not every car can fit two, obviously depending on the size, but this is obviously designed to be a family car. So.
And they're both wireless charging, I think, or is it just one side?
I think it's just yours,
just
but at least I can pop it there.
Yeah, that's true. Cool. There you go. We've already done a walkthrough of this vehicle in a previous video, so check out that as well. But today we'll be focusing on the road trip and also the charging experience as well. So let's head off. All right, so let's put the sunroof up. So push that button there, and then push that one, and you can have the sunroof and the blind. So let's just do the blind, get some vitamin D in winter. It does extend all the way out to the back.
It's definitely road trip mode. Winter road trip mode.
Winter.
Lovely.
And it's good because in summer you can just shut it. So power sunroof.
Yep, no fussing around with aftermarket accessories.
Yeah, it's good. Cool. All right, so before we head off on the freeway, I just wanted to reset the trip computer. So it's been sitting around 16 to 17 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, which is kind of what you'd expect for a car this size. So let's reset so you get an idea what the consumption is like on this return journey from Sydney to Canberra, which will be about 600 kilometers, I think, all up. So let's do that right now. Reset mileage data. So there you go, done. All right, so we'll get a true indicator after the trip. We'll touch base at the end to give you some stats. Okay, so just a few things I wanted to comment on before we drive onto the freeway. So 3 things. So ride handling, suspension, and music. All right, so you've seen our reviews of the EX5 previously.
Well, you may not have, but...
I may not have, but if you want to watch the full review, you can. But you know, I mentioned that as the driver. The car handling is a little bit bouncy, just compared to other cars we've driven. And look, I don't want to upset Geely owners that have already bought this car, but it's a softer ride. It's a very subjective thing, so you know, if you like a softer ride, then yep, all power to you. It's definitely not as firm as others we've driven. As a passenger, I've said before as well, and Joy has too, you don't notice it as much, but as the driver, I feel there is a difference.
Yep. Like definitely as the passenger, it's a very comfortable ride.
Yeah.
But as the driver, and again, I think maybe actually that's probably more to do with the fact that it's a front wheel drive rather than a rear wheel drive. I'm just not personally as comfortable driving it compared to other cars.
Yeah.
But again, that's just it's a very personal thing, and it is an opinion, and it's very subjective.
Take it or leave it. It's fine. Yeah. It's up to you. There is the torque steering is actually almost not present because I think the software has controlled the acceleration curve, so you don't get that sort of wobbliness in other front-wheel drives that we've driven. So they've done it very well from Geely's point of view. So that's handling and suspension. So the next thing is music. So I was a little bit disparaging in the last video because we were connecting the music through Bluetooth. So I apologize because we've now used it through Spotify, the native Spotify, and it's actually quite good. So Fly Me Sound, I'll take it all back,
yes.
Walk It Back, it is actually quite good.
Groveling apology.
So forgive me, Geely owners, you are correct. You're all right.
Yes.
Bluetooth does degrade the quality quite a lot.
And I went down a rabbit hole of like looking up, you know, all the different Bluetooth codecs. I had no idea there was that much involved, because we haven't actually experienced that kind of compression loss in a vehicle before. And now I find out that there's like a default one that's like really bad, and then there's an Apple version which is a little bit better, and then there's an Android one which is even better than that, and then there's like the stuff that, you know, like your Bose headsets might use, which is like supposedly like a lossless kind of codec and stuff like that. So anyway, massive rabbit hole which I still don't really understand, but hey, at least now I know Bluetooth can make a really massive difference.
To the point where I say the native sound system via Spotify native. By the way, there's still no Apple CarPlay. And watch this acceleration, see whether I can get past this car to get onto this road. Yes, I can. It's quick enough.
There you go.
No torque steering, excellent. But I was just saying that yes, with the native sound system, it's very good. I would say it's actually better than my BYD Seal at home, which I've sold, by the way. But yeah, I think it's better than that. I would give it pretty much 7.5 to 8 out of 10. That's how good I think it is.
From my point of view, I don't do numbers. I do letters. So for me, my old Tesla Model Y, I would give an A, and this is now definitely an A as well.
Wow.
For context, the Xpeng is an A minus. So I actually think this is better than the Xpeng.
There you go. Yeah. For those who think we don't give transparent reviews of the Xpeng, there it is. Okay, so that's it. And you heard the ADAS just beep off. That's still a little bit frustrating. They haven't fixed that yet in the update. What they have fixed is the low-speed pedestrian warning sound. So the ice cream truck sound is gone. Yay, thankfully. That was giving me the, what's the word?
Well, it would come on all the time, even if you were like slowing down for a roundabout.
Yes, so they fixed that, thankfully.
It would be, haunting your dreams.
So the last piece of the puzzle is Apple CarPlay, so hopefully that will come in an update later on. But you can still use Spotify, you can log in and use your music that way too.
Yeah, and the beauty of a car like this is that you know it can do over-the-air updates, so it's not going to be like a really dramatic thing to have to try and get Apple CarPlay in. It's not like you've got to bring it into the dealer and, you know, they've got to like unplug something or like change anything. Like, no, it'll just hopefully magically happen one day overnight.
Yeah, and that was OTA, that fixing the ADAS, not ADAS, the ADAS is going off now, but the low-speed pedestrian sound.
Ice cream truck. Yeah.
Okay, so let's get on the freeway and then we'll show you how cruise control works. Alright, so we are on the motorway, and by the way, it's a really comfortable ride on a flat road like this. It's superb. Very nice. So, let me show you how to work the intelligent cruise control, and for a start, you need to just make sure you are on the right setting here. So go to driver assist here. Here we go, driver assist. So make sure you're on ICC if you want the auto steer component. If you just want like the cruise control, then just go to adaptive cruise control. Okay, let's put it back on nav. And by the way, I just discovered this today, that we've got it pointing to, well, the final destination to, it's a place called Highlands Hub, where the EV charger is. But look, that red line, that's basically where it is, where that final destination is in terms of direction. That's pretty cool. Okay, so cruise control, back to this. So all your buttons are here on this left side, okay? So this is, to activate it, you literally just press that button, just once, that's it. And then on the instrument cluster screen, I'm not sure whether you can see that, but you can see the max speed at 97, and then the steering wheel icon is the auto steer component. So just back here, if you want to zip up by 5, you just press up, and it'll go to the nearest 5 k's an hour, so speed limit's 110. If you hold down or up by just holding onto it, it'll go up and down by 1s. So if you want to discreetly set a speed limit that way, you can. And then left and right is how close you want to follow the car ahead. So I want to follow a bit closer. So that's how far ahead the car is now on level 1. And then if you want to stop cruise control, just press that. That's all it is. So with the driver monitoring, you have to sort of move the wheel every now and then. But I recommend keeping the hands on the wheel at 9 and 3 as much as you can. Yeah, so that's intelligent cruise control. Pretty straightforward. And then on the screen here, you can see the visualizations of the cars around you. That's also pretty cool. Head-up display, I don't know whether you can see, you probably can't. It's always hard to visualize well, you probably just can see. It's really quite good. So same information, current speed, posted speed sign, you're on cruise control with the max speed, and then the visualizations of the cars around you, and then the nav directions as well. And I've got polarized sunnies on, so if I take it off I can't see it as well, but if I take it off it's very clear. It's all colored as well, so red, greens, blues, whites. Fantastic. Very good setup. Alright, we'll keep pushing on the highway here, and then we'll see you at the charging stop very shortly. Alright, so one of the biggest benefits of this car, of course, on a road trip like this is the massage seats. And it is on right now for both of us. We are living in absolute luxury. You can see where it's pounding our back and shoulders right now. It's so good, and Joy's even got her calf support up.
Yes, you can see it there.
So nice.
Also see it here.
Absolute luxury, and you could change, like, you know, whatever. I've worked out this is the best for me, the wave one. It's just like continuously pounding up and down my spine. It's lovely, and I've got it on high because I need it. I need it on high. It's so good.
Yeah, that is. Yep, there's options too.
Yeah,
Yep.
so nice.
Yep.
Oh,
And the thing about massage seats, it's one of those things where you're like, oh, is that really necessary? And then you sit in it. You sit in it and you realise, huh. So yes, for anyone who thinks maybe massage seats are kind of unnecessary for a car, please go out and test drive the Geely, and then let me know what you think afterwards.
yeah. Look, when you don't have it, it's like, yeah, it's a gimmick. But then when you have it, it's like, yeah, no, you need this. It's absolute necessity. And it's got auto heating steering wheel and auto heating seats because I'm soft. But it is cold out there, 11, 12 degrees outside. I am really enjoying this ride. It's really nice. Shouldn't fall asleep though. It's good.
Well, the ADAS will probably let you know if you're
That's
falling
true.
asleep.
That's true. Alright, so here we are at the Highlands hub. I can see a shopping centre on the left there. And that looks like a Home Depot on the right. Yep. And we have 3 EV chargers here, so let's drive in. This plug is on the front right, so should hopefully be able to reach 150 kilowatts apparently on the EV app. So we'll see whether we can reach that. There's probably some power sharing involved here. There's a car already here. Okay, let's plug in. Alright, so let's push that to start. Alright, connect the vehicle first. So let's drag it over here.
And it pulls there. There you go.
Might need your help to open that
I
charge
will
port.
Get out of the way. Oh, which end?
There you go. Uncap that for me, sorry.
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
holding the plug, which is quite heavy. These DC plugs.
Sorry.
Thank you. Okay, plug in. There we go. Alright. So I'm just touching the car. Just go under. Alright, let's have a look. Okay, so use app or tap your card. So I've got the EV card here, so let's... Successful. Nice, so that was pretty easy. Once you set up your RFID card, which you can order from Evie. Does take a while to handshake sometimes.
At what point do we check to see what the car's saying?
You stay here, I'll check the car. Oh,
I heard
got
it click.
impatient, heard some clicking.
Still hasn't moved though.
So that says, looks like nothing's happening, don't worry, it takes a minute for us to see your progress. So yes, we were impatient.
Yep. Definitely, yeah. I was so impatient I came back to the car because I'm
right?
cold
Yeah,
as well.
That's true. 49 kilowatts, so there is some power sharing involved. So 23% currently. I probably should have shown you what the... Yeah, so 23% is what we got to. And then, so charging time 1 hour. I'm not going to charge that long. Well, we'll have some lunch here while we're here, I guess. So trip computer so far, 17.9 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, which is not bad for the highway. We've driven 120 kilometers, 71 kilometers an hour average speed, and mostly for propulsion as well, which is quite good. Yep. Shall we show the EV, I guess, up there?
Do I have to get out of the car? It's cold.
Yeah, why not? So, information correlates. So there is some power share, as you can see. We'll probably drop this person's charge next to us a little bit. All right, let's might head to the shopping centre over there and grab some lunch. Okay, so we're living the EV charging life. We've got breakfast at a cafe, well, at least late breakfast, early lunch, brunch. And Geely have given me access to the app, which is cool because now I can see the charge as I'm eating. So I'm getting pretty close. We can also use the Evie app as well. You can see what the state of charge is of the car, so that's also very handy. So yeah, pretty good timing. We can eat this and then head on our way. Alright, so we're back in the car. We've been charging for about an hour, so perfect just for lunch. So 99%, and it's 13 kilowatts, so obviously it slows right down when you finish charging. So let's unplug the car. Okay, so let's stop the charge. We're good. So the charge actually sped up when the person next to me finished charging, which is good. That's the nature of power sharing. So let's take it out of the charge port. Oh, these things are quite heavy. Hook it back in the cradle. Oh, easy with two hands, of course. All right, let's get going. Yes, the charging plugs. Don't mind the DC one. Alright, so it's Joy's turn to drive just for a little bit, and of course she's going to switch her driver.
But I also did change.
Oh, yeah.
I also changed the wallpaper because why not? And you know, I feel like it's a winter day, so let's.
Yeah, quite high-res pictures actually.
Yeah, they are. They're nice. Yep. But yes.
Back to driver setup. Yes.
Sport.
Sport mode.
Hi. Sport.
Everything's sport. Okay, let's go. And just for a laugh, we might actually try eco mode or super endurance mode. See how much we
For a
can get.
laugh. It's not for a laugh. It's for science.
Well, for science. Yes,
Oh, I see.
Do we want to?
Well, oh no, definitely not.
I guess you can at least customize it.
Oh, no. Look, that's not worth it.
It's not even living anymore.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
But we can at least show you the stats just to remind you. So 17.9 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. All right, let's see what Joy can achieve with her driving. All right, so we got Joy driving for a bit now on the highway. There's a bit of an issue at the moment with the connectivity. I think it's it kind of stuck. It sort of zips forward every now and then, but you're not seeing the car moving in real time. I've tried power cycling it. We tried getting out of the car, locking it, unlocking it. So hopefully it'll come back. We've got 3 or 4 bars of 4G, but yeah, we'll, hopefully that'll resume normal operation soon. Let's show you something really good. So you can actually do EV trip planning. So let's say we go to Melbourne, for example. So by EV trip planning, I mean that you can actually plan your charging routes automatically, or your charging stops. The car will do it for you. That's what I want to see in EVs. Right, so it takes a little while, but there you go. 1, 2, 3 stops to Melbourne from here. And away you go. It's good. Obviously we're not going to Melbourne, but that's how long it will take. Nice. And Joy activated the cruise control by herself.
I was going to say, this is one of the easier ones to activate, which is great for, you know, for someone like me who wants it to be really super user friendly. Like, I just had to press this big button in the middle, and then the blue came on, and I immediately knew. So there was like an immediate feedback, visual feedback for me. So
Yep.
Excellent.
Good.
Yeah. Yep. And it makes sense. Up by 5, long press for you know, up by 1 or 2.
Yep.
Some other cars can be really fiddly, to the point where I think, because I was trying to fiddle with it, the ADAS warning went off.
Oh, there you go.
So, speaking of ADAS, yes. And actually, that's the car just complaining at itself, isn't it? Because I've set the speed to what it should be doing.
Yep.
Yep. So anyway, the car's complaining at itself now because it's going 1 kilometre over the speed limit.
See, Apple CarPlay can't come soon enough. See that how it skipped forward like that? So the connectivity is an issue still. But see, it can't come soon enough because Waze is good for like police radar, hidden police, obstacles, roadkill, all that kind of stuff. So that's what we want.
Yeah, sadly we passed a Wombat.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Wombat. Yeah, so pretty easy to drive, very comfortable for me as the passenger. Kids are enjoying themselves. We'll keep pushing on. Alright, so we've got the massage seats on again for both of us. You just experienced some phantom braking on the road?
Yes, and it's I mean, at least it's predictable. It happened when I'm passing like a large semi-trailer. So the same thing would happen in my Tesla as well.
Your Tesla?
Sorry, my old Tesla. I no longer have a Tesla, yes.
Yeah, I might take this opportunity to go through the infotainment screen actually. So, what have we got here? Big wallpaper. You can actually do shortcuts like that, so drag that down. So, seat heating, tailgate ventilation, head-up display adjustment, volume, driver modes too, that's pretty handy. Sunroof blind, massage seats of course, good shortcut.
I have to say, now that I'm doing a long road trip with massage seats, I'm not sure I can do a long road trip without massage seats. It is actually very awesome, yeah.
The G6 doesn't have massage seats, they're expo.
Yeah.
I wonder if the new one does.
I mean, I know you can like buy those ones that you can like lay on the chair, isn't it? Like
Might as well get a beaded seat cover while you're at it. So we've got some app suggestions down here for the last few used apps. We've got the tyre display, tyre pressure, V2L I believe, and then massage seats again there.
Stuck back in.
And down here obviously AC controls. So we press that and the AC controls come up. Haven't quite worked out how to unsync the AC yet, so if anyone can tell us as Geely owners whether we can unsync. I'm sure you can. You've got two side by side. You would think that would be possible. And then the seat controls are there for massage seat heating and seat vent. Okay, so let's go through the driver's settings, or the car settings. So shortcuts here. Then we've got vehicle.
My massage seats are stopped.
Oh, there must be a tie belt. Let's put that back on. So seat. Yeah. Okay, so put your massage back on. There we go.
Thank you.
So yeah, some shortcuts here, head-up display, fog lights, massage seats, roof, sunroof, powered sunroof, more vehicle controls here, the lock controls, tailgate opening height, driver setup is important, so drive modes, and then lighting as well. Follow me home. Ambient lighting. You can just see the ambient lights there in the light. It does actually pulse as well when you're playing music. You can adjust what colour you want from the screen here. See that? It's quite a nice touch. Driving mode. Bi-colour alternation. Dynamic gradient. If it changes, yeah, I can see it changing actually, I think. And solid colour. Actually, dynamic grading is for synchronized lighting. There you go, the different modes there. Okay. And then driver assisted is all the ADAS stuff, so I showed that before.
While you're showing the ICC, I might as well comment on that. When we had the car very briefly earlier, we did a trip, I think, on the one of the M's. What was it? M4? M5? Can't remember which one. And every time it went around the corner, it would weirdly drop about 10 kilometres under the speed limit. And I wasn't sure whether that was just that particular stretch of road or whether that was a Geely thing. But I can confidently say now that it is just definitely, it was just that weird stretch of road, because I have not experienced it since. So that's good to know. It's not like a problem with the car. It was probably just a weird stretch of road.
Okay, that's good.
Yep.
Display mode auto, you can adjust when you want the auto to come on and off. And then screen brightness, all that stuff. And then all the units change to your heart's content. And then sound settings. Now, sound, of course, we talked about earlier. Yeah, so vehicle speed compensation. So it's quite granular in what you can do with the settings. It's quite nice. And then, of course, the sound effects you can adjust. The equalizer as well. Pop the bass up just a bit.
What's nice is that I think the navigation only comes through the driver speakers.
Oh, yep.
And I assume that would be the same for phone calls as well. I don't want to test that because I hate taking phone calls in the car, but I imagine that that's what it would be.
Connectivity, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and then software update as well. So yeah, currently it's the latest version. That's good to know. Automatic night update. Yeah, why not? Just put that on. Not that it's our car, but that's what I would be doing. Excellent. There you go. I think this is quite well laid out actually. All the settings. This is
one of the better ones.
One of the better ones, definitely. Yeah. And the Chinese cars mostly do it well.
And this is on the right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right-hand drive. Good.
Yep.
I thought of us. Although the indicator's on the left, I think, isn't it? It's on the left. Yeah. Well, I think the only thing missing in this car is still the phone projection. Apple CarPlay, Android Auto.
Yeah. But it is coming. It is coming.
Once that's there, I think this is honestly probably the best car in the $40,000 price range.
I think it already is, honestly.
Well, it is, but I'm just saying it's going to be even better.
Yeah.
Once we get the phone projection.
That's right. Yep.
All right, we'll keep pushing on. I guess the only thing is there's still an issue with the connectivity with the GPS. Again, we'll stop again and then we'll change drivers and hopefully that'll come back. Hey everyone, we're back on the highway and good news, the GPS connectivity is back. So yeah, I guess it's just a one-off thing. So Joy mentioned earlier that the car doesn't slow down on a curve, but unfortunately it still kind of does. You can see on this bend here, there's no one else around, so it slowed right down to 90 something, even though I set it at 110 for the cruise control.
Yeah, there it is in action, isn't
Must
it?
be a safety feature.
Interesting.
Don't know.
Yeah. So I guess it is road dependent, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe it is. Still a double lane, like highway. Dual lane carriageway, I should say. Let's see if it slows down again. So, yeah, it slows a little bit down to 100. You can see we're clearly on a 110 road. It's fine, I can always override it.
Yeah, it's interesting. I managed to drive for an hour without it doing that. And then, now it's doing it again.
Yeah. All good.
At least the GPS is back.
Yeah, that's good. Alright, so we have arrived in Canberra, 43% from 99, I think it was, back in Mittagong. Let's have a look at mileage statistics, just to see where we are at the halfway mark now that we're in Canberra. So, there you go. What is it? 302.9 or 303 kilometres, 17.6 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometres. As you'd expect. 80 kph, not bad. Ask me to turn right. Okay. Better put the nav back on, I know where I'm going. Not my city. I think it's this way. Okay. So, I thought maybe because I was in Sydney and on like quite curvy roads and hilly roads and things, that's why the drive quality, I always say it's a little bit bouncy and a little bit of sway in the Geely, but yeah, I guess on flatter roads here it's not as noticeable, but I still notice it a little bit of sway, but yeah, just that low speed. Okay, we'll check into a hotel, and then we'll do the return trip in the second half of this video, so stay tuned. So this charge is very close to a hotel, so we're currently at 38%. There we go, it's ramping up. I think it's a 50 kilowatt charger. With our thanks to Evie for this very convenient charger near our place. I was going to go to the BP nearby, but luckily both cars vacated this spot. There's two plugs, two stalls I should say. So yeah, 50 kilowatts. You can see that ramping up already to maximum. Well, an hour and 9 minutes. I want to get to 100% actually, because I want to try to prove that you can drive this car all the way back to Sydney from Canberra in one shot without charging. So that'll complete the video. Alright, I might come back to the car in an hour's time. Can I just say, it is so useful having a charger near your hotel or accommodation. 99%. It's time to unplug. It's definitely enough charge for tomorrow for our drive back to Sydney. I think I have to press this button first to stop the charge. Okay, stop there. 40 kilowatt hours. Nice. Okay, pull that out. Back in the cradle. Done. Alright. I know sometimes you guys like to see us do a night drive. And I'll just put the plugs back in. Oh, I keep knocking my knee against the Atto 3 wheel. Let's turn that way on that side. Ouch. do this. So good having a charger nearby. So if you're staying in Canberra, I highly recommend staying at the Burberry Hotel. If you're in this part of town, it's a pretty easy location with the charger nearby, as you see there. And I went back to my hotel room for an hour just to do some work, to do some video editing. And now I'm literally just going to drive the car back into the parking spot. How good is that? Morning everyone, and we're heading back to Sydney today. We've got 99% state of charge, so no phantom loss at all, because there's no sentry mode or anything that's draining the battery overnight. And it's like 360 kilometers for the drive. It's about 300 k's back to our home in Sydney, so this should be quite interesting. We'll touch base if there's any events along the way. And just to remind you, 17.7 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. That's the efficiency so far. All right, let's head off. All right, so let's use the native nav to plan our route. So Forestville, New South Wales. Yep, let's head off. Let's see what it says. Charging station needed to reach the destination.
We shall see.
Well, let's live dangerously. 14%, I think we'll be right. Let's just see if we do plan our charging. Let's see what they recommend. No. Oh wait, oh, at the very end. Which one's that one? Oh, wait. Can we see what it's telling us? Oh, look at that. It wants us to charge at Tesla. That might be Campbelltown maybe, or Bankstown. Looks like it's still kind of in Sydney. Interesting.
We'll see.
All right, we'll see how we go.
Please observe applicable traffic regulations.
And the nav is behind me in my seat here. So no one else can hear it well. It's very quiet for everyone else. Can I just say the insulation of this car is very good. As you can see, we're driving on a concrete road. Normally when you drive on this road next to Lake George on the way back to Sydney, which is full of water by the way, it's a pretty incredible sight. But normally because of the concrete road it's quite noisy, but got the music running. It's quite a pleasant drive. You can still hear it pretty well. I'll just go back to the fact that there's no Apple CarPlay, so I'll keep harping on this until they fix this and put Apple CarPlay in this car. Otherwise, I'm going to have a third-party device showing ways. All right, so here is the decibel meter, and we're on a pretty rough road at the moment. All right, so we're just slightly better stretch of road now. Alright, so we're about to overtake this tanker, and this is the kind of truck that worries me because in the Tesla you do get a bit of phantom braking, and we've experienced it already in this car too. It's not too bad. This one's not as reflective as other ones I've seen, so let's just see whether it does overtake it properly. Okay, good. Good. No intervention from me. Good. Okay, that's good. And slip back in. Alright, so a couple more examples here. So here's a big red truck. Let's see what happens. I'm on ICC. Okay, that was successful. Good. Another one coming up there with a reflective surface. So we'll see what happens. Okay, so this tanker is a reflective surface, so let's watch. Okay, good. So once again, no phantom braking. Excellent. Alright, so we are actually back in Sydney. We just hopped onto the M5 motorway, and I just wanted to show you all this. This is actually quite good, all the charging preferences. So, you know, you can actually change all the route options too. You know, whether you want eco, time priority, distance priority, all that. That's actually quite handy. And then charging preferences. So you can decide what charging speed you want, and then you can actually filter the different charging networks, including Tesla superchargers as well. it's quite good.
All right, so I think the reason it said that we needed to charge and that we didn't have enough charge is because you can see here it says the desired state of charge is 20%, and we had it, I think it said 14%, wasn't it? So that's why I was like, you need to charge. So it's good that you can actually, dip that as low as 10 if you're comfortable with 10. Or you can actually change that to whatever setting you want, what you feel comfortable with, which is great. It's not sort of like an arbitrary number decided by the car. You can actually set that number of what you are personally comfortable with, which I think is really good.
All right, so let's have a look at the energy. So I think the trip predictor has been quite good. So 92 k's left, and we are, so if we go back to the map, it's predicting that we get, back here, so another 53 k's left. So the delta between range remaining has not changed at all, really. In fact, probably improved a little bit since we left Canberra. So very impressive. Go back to energy here. So let's have a look at some stats. So 17, it's actually dropped 17 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. Like I said, the efficiency has improved. We've been driving at 84 kph since we left Sydney yesterday. But if you look up there, 104 kph since we left Canberra. So very good on the highway, and very good trip computer and range predictor as well. All right, we will keep going, and then we'll do our summary when we finish the trip. Hey everyone, so you made it this far in the video. What we're going to do is go through the trip stats and then compare it to other EVs in this class, and then just wrap up with our thoughts. Wake up, Joy. It's time to do the summary.
It's very comfortable in that setting. I think you could really, there's no need to get out of the car when it's charging if you've got this and the massage and very high calf support. It's...
Yeah, the massage seats are pretty good, very comfy. All right, so let's go through some of the trip stats. So as you saw towards the end of the vid, or the last bit of the drive, efficiency was quite good. So you can probably get close to 300 to 350 Ks depending on the efficiency. And then maybe if you go from 80% to 20%, then you can probably get like 200 Ks out of it. And then just sort of drive and charge as you go on the road trip.
And just as someone who's a bit of a nervous Nelly, the number didn't, like the estimated kilometres didn't get shorter and shorter as you went along, which has happened in another vehicle that we've driven from Sydney to Melbourne, and it just could not be trusted. But this one can be trusted, so that's important to note as well.
Sorry, I just looked up because I think a bird landed on the car, so it might be a bird poop on the glass. Oh, it's come off,
We can open it to see whether...
Actually, we should open it because it's one of the benefits of this vehicle.
Yep.
Let's open that right now, so it's a bit nicer. There we go. It seems to default close every time, actually, whenever I leave the car and park it for the night. There we go. A bit more light in the cabin.
And it didn't poop. That's good to know.
That's good. Okay, so back to the topic at hand. So, all right, so we drove 627 kilometres from Sydney to Canberra return. Charging costs $65.30, assuming that the last bit was topping up back to 65% of the vehicle, which is what we started at the start of the journey. So how does that compare? So $65 for EV charging, which is basically DC charging and some AC charging, compared to, say, an efficient an efficient car like the Toyota RAV4. It's not an EV, it's a hybrid. 6 litres per 100 kilometres at $1.90, which is kind of the average price we saw around town. We're being generous because we actually saw mostly $2 in the city, in Sydney City anyway. It got a bit cheaper as we drove out. So about $71 for that efficiency. So look, it's pretty much neck and neck for DC charging versus an efficient ICE car. But that's not the point, because the point is buying an EV, it's a lot cheaper to charge at home. And then you sort of offset that against a road trip, which might be equivocal or more expensive depending on the EV that you have. So I think that's a fair enough trade-off, that it's cheaper to charge at home if you've got the off-street parking facilities. Let's have a look at the other EVs in its class. So I reckon the main vehicle that you should compare this against is the MG S5, which we did a review of. I thought that'd be close to this, but I'll be honest, I think this car is actually a better buy, honestly. It's not perfect, but it comes pretty close for this price. Like we're talking $40,000 to $48,000 depending on which variant you take.
Yep. I mean, for a car that starts with a 4, I don't think there's anything even close. Like
No.
the MG is a good car, but it's not this one. You just get so much more in this car.
Well, I mean, look, the only thing the MG is good at better than this car is the drive quality. I think for a rear-wheel drive vehicle, it's just a lot more stable, a lot more firm, and I don't know. It probably no difference as the passenger, but as the driver, I certainly prefer driving the MG. It's just a nicer drive quality. It's very subjective, but that's how I feel anyway.
I think if you want, value for money, if value for money is your number one thing, then you really can't go past this car, because this car has got like everything.
Mod cons.
Yeah, all the mod cons, all the bells and whistles. And a slightly better sound system than my personal favorite car, the G6. So I'm willing to say yes, and I have to admit, I had no idea Bluetooth compression. Yes, I've learnt a lot. So if you just run it directly through Spotify and you are getting the pure kind of, well, not pure, but as you know, as close to like a lossless sound, it is actually, better than the G6 and as good as the Tesla, I reckon. Yeah, at least my previous Tesla. So like I will say, yes, you can call it a premium sound system. I know I said they shouldn't have done that before, but no, it is, yes, I will 100% take that back. Yep. The massage has won me over, as you can see. Yeah. But
in terms of driving,
I like to be a little bit more aggressive in the way I come out of turns. I like to accelerate out of a turn, so I can't really do that in this car without making everybody else sick, I think. And it just doesn't, for me, it just doesn't, like it, I just worry on corners. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't behave the way I want it to. Like I just don't feel as confident.
That's a good word.
Yeah, I don't feel as confident taking, like chicanes, you know what I mean? And there's plenty of those in Sydney. Yep. Like bits where you just have to, just be a little bit more agile. And I just don't have the confidence to take it as quickly as I want to in this car. So I would be able to do it a lot faster in other cars. Now, if I could just be a bit more patient and slow down.
How do we get those?
And and if you just like driving calmly and normally, then this car is absolutely fine. But I just feel like in Sydney traffic, you can't always do that. So you just want, for those 1% of times where you just want it to go, I feel like you won't be able to rely on this car to be able to do that.
So take it what we said with a grain of salt. Don't hate us. We just, for our situation, we just need, I think that the MG5 drives better, but this has all the mod cons. It satisfies a lot of criteria. On a highway drive, as you saw, it's perfect. It's just no issue. Obviously, you're not handling too much on the highway, so cruise control works perfectly. All the mod cons are there. Kids enjoy the bag.
I think basically you don't really need to change your driving style to enjoy driving this car. I think that's the bottom line. Like, it's not like you've got to horribly modify the way you drive to have a comfortable ride for everyone. It is a comfortable ride like 99% of the time. And it's just, maybe in those 1% situations where I feel like it probably isn't going to behave the way you want it to. But honestly, I think that is an absolutely fair enough, compromise. Like, no car is perfect. And for this price, like it is, you cannot argue at all. This is hands down the best value car, I think, in the entire market. I don't think...
We keep going back to the price. If you got 40 grand to splash, this is this is the one you get.
At any price range, I think. There isn't a car in any price range that stands out so far above. I
think so. I think this is it. This is a very good value car. People ask me like, which one do I get? So if you got this much money to spend, this is the one you probably want to get. The passengers will love it. It's very comfortable. So that's it.
It's the same way I feel about the Xpeng, where it was like, it's almost perfect, but it can't charge at a Tesla supercharger, right? And for this car, I'm like, it's almost perfect, but it's a front-wheel drive.
Correct.
So,
I think the only thing that's falling short at the moment is connectivity. So if you've got, if you need Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, then you do miss out on this because the phone projection is just not there yet in this car. So apparently it's coming via an OTA update, so stay tuned. We'll update that when that comes. But luckily, they've also tweaked the low pedestrian warning sound. So the ice cream truck is...
an ice cream truck.
That's no longer there. So it's a much more pleasant low speed sound.
Nightmares.
I think that's enough said from us. Anything else you want to add, or that's?
I honestly think there should be more of these on the road.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like not enough people know about this car because it is just such good value. And I think the more people that like have one, and then like, you know, like a friend will see it or something, and then I think it'll just take off from there because like I think the Australian car market is sensible, and this is like such a good value car. So I think it'll get more sales if people just knew about it.
Yep, this is the kind of EV, the sensible EV that will sell in volumes, and we've seen that in the last EV sales figures from June. I think it was like the third best selling car or something. It was up there in the list
and you would get
for EVs.
like in terms of buying an equivalent ICE car. I mean, it is so much nicer on the inside, I think, than anything you could get at this price point for an ICE car, and you'd be like saving money over time as well, in terms of, you know, if you're charging electricity instead of petrol. So you're in a better vehicle and you're saving money. So for me, it's just like a win-win.
And on a road trip, it's so much more comfortable, honestly. It's less fatigue because it's just less engine, I guess, vibration and whatnot with ICE cars.
And for like, you know, health reasons, if you've got, you know, anyone in the family with respiratory issues, you're going to be better off in an EV that's not got emissions.
Correct. So finally, thank you again to Geely Australia for the loan of this vehicle. We've thoroughly enjoyed it and highly recommend it to you if you're looking for a first EV or second EV. This is a great car. So thanks again from Joy and myself from Ludicrous Feed. Until the next video, it's...
And humble apologies about the sound system.
We love
I will
the sound
take it all
now.
back.
It's good. Until next time, it's happy charging.